Hi Scorpio, welcome to your weekly tarot scope with me, Raphael from Radiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, these readings are for your sun, moon and ascendant sign. So whether you're a sun, moon or rising sign, Scorpio, this is for you. Remember, they're general readings. Use your own discernment. Before we start, as always, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise. They help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. For your key to the week this week, you have dun, dun, dun. All right, let's go. The Emperor. Okay, so you are in full command of your space, your energy this week. I absolutely love this. I will say it's possible this week that things might take a little bit of a, that's a jumper, things might take a little bit of a legal slant this week. It's not a guarantee, but it is a possibility. You may also need to pull rank in some of these areas of life that we're about to look at this week as well. So for your actions and options, you've got the Eight of Swords. This combination actually, there's a few ways that this can show up, but what I will say to you is if you get locked into a legal battle at the moment, it's going to be a long one. All right, I'm really sorry to just open up with that, but I can't ignore what I'm seeing. Right now, in terms of the options that are available to you, the Eight of Swords is really kind of asking you, or should I say this combination is getting you to look at whether you think something is worth your time, your effort and your resources, because it's going to be for the long haul. So you have to be really clear on this. Is this for me, right? Is this what I really want to be locked into, tied into, all of the rest of it? When it comes to your communications and conversations, you've got the Six of Cups. So this is your past, right? This is a lot of conversations about things that used to be, about where you've been, what has been, how things have shaped up for you previously. The other thing with the, come on brain. The other thing with the Six of Cups, it's a very nostalgic energy, right? And with the Emperor, this may be conversations with a boss. It could be conversations with a husband or a father, and it could just as easily be like any sort of important male figure or masculine energy in your life may be highlighted this week. And a lot of the conversations that you could be having with said persons may have a lot to do with the past. You've got this underneath this Eight of Swords, and so there is an element of this where you get a, what's the word that I'm looking for? It's like you get a glimpse of how, when you read the patterns of your past, you can sometimes, this is one of, not the only, but it's one of the ways that tarot works. We understand things in terms of patterns and cycles, and when you know them well enough, you can kind of predict, just on a sort of like a more mundane or scientific sort of level, where things will go next. This week, it's like you're putting through a lot of the conversations that you have with an important male figure in your life. You put a lot of things into context, and it really helps you figure out what the path forward actually looks like. When it comes to your, those of you that are studying or in some form of academia, the Six of Cups with the Eight of Swords, it gives you like the studies that you are doing on a personal level. They are helping you make sense of some long-standing issue in your past or in your sort of history or in your heritage. What this is going to provide you with is a rich subtext to work with. When it comes to those of you that are employed by somebody else, this could be, especially if you've had problems with a boss or an authority figure, this could be where things start to improve, or where things start to get back to whatever, you know, how things were prior to you having a problem or an issue with a boss. It could also be that for a lot of you, you start thinking about a childhood dream or some kind of goal or aspiration. For a select few of you, whether you're, employed or whether you are self-employed or business owner, entrepreneur, you could be looking at your current situation and asking yourself, where am I holding to an old idea or ideal that is actually now getting in the way, right? Our goals, our wishes, our hopes, our dreams for our future, they shift. If you still want now what you wanted when you were a teenager, there's probably something sort of underlying that needs to be looked at. We change, we shift, we grow. Our goals, our dreams, our hopes, our wishes for our future, they change, they adapt. You might be looking at your life at the moment and saying, wow, you know what? I've chased this thing for so long. I've wanted this. I've held to this specific goal or dream for so long that now I've kind of lost sight of why I'm actually doing what I'm doing. Like, what is it really for? This is a moment to be really honest with yourself, Scorpio, right? Like, forget anybody else. Just be really honest with yourself about where you're at and where you're heading, right? When it comes to those of you that are business owners, I actually really like this for reconnecting or connecting with somebody that you used to work with, or maybe somebody that you used to study with previously. And, there could be like a reconnection with somebody that you feel is like a childhood friend. Excuse me. If you are retired or not working in any way, shape or form, take this time, especially if you're of working age and there's plans to go back to work, don't do it immediately. Take this time to really recalibrate yourself. For your, excuse me, love and relations, you've got the Knight of Swords. It's possible, so if you're partnered, married or in long-term commitment, it's possible that there could be some challenges here around relationship stuff. It is possible that there could be some agitation, there could be some harsh words spoken, especially because that Eight of Swords is there as well. And there's some viewpoint, shock, horror, that you are not budging from. Now, that being said, this could have arisen because of a past problem or a past issue. If you are single and looking, quite frankly, somebody that either really pisses you off or somebody that is able to best you could actually be a really good match for you at this time. For those of you, when it comes to your money and materials, you've got the Page of Swords. There's a lot of swords energy here, right? This is not going to be an easy week. I'm just going to tell you straight up. The Page of Swords, especially with the Emperor, that's a financial contract or commitment of some sort. It is possible that this could be legally binding. And remember what I said to you earlier, if you're getting into anything that has a legal slant to it, you're likely to be in this for a while. For some of you, this could be that you're starting a new job, but it's like in starting in a new job or new duties, it's almost like you're actually returning back to something that you already know. So it's not necessarily a new thing to you. When it comes to your physical health and vitality, the Page of Swords, I often see this one as being like the mental faculty being so taxed that the body feels the brunt of it. And if that is the case, right, because remember the Emperor is Aries, Aries is about the head and the brain, this could be... it could be a hard week on the mental health, all right? So this week I want you to really prioritize your mental health. I don't know if you've seen that. There's a lady on Instagram called Koji, and I absolutely love her. One of my friend and me, we send this to each other from time to time. It's a little skit of her saying, "Hey, honey, don't forget to prioritize your health with having a little mentee bee." We send that to each other when we're like, look, can't cope. Jokes aside, if you have to scream and shout and, maybe even hit a punch bag or whatever, do so. Or speak to somebody, get some support, get some help, right? Especially this week could be very mentally health-wise taxing, all right? When it comes to your physical health and vitality, for some of you, it's possible that you could be scheduling a surgery this week, or you could be seeing a specialist of some sort. That much I could definitely see. When it comes to your home and environment, the Page of Swords, there's a lot going on with contracts, commitments around home, the paperwork that secures the home, whether you're renting, whether you own, whatever the case might be. There's a lot of documentation and stuff that looks like legislation, all of those that are being considered or looked at when it comes to the home or the dwelling or the living situation. Navigate slowly and carefully this week. All right. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Look after yourself. Take care, and I'll see you soon.